A year ago, I set out with a goal of learning how to draw from scratch in 365 days. A goal I believe I am allowed the liberty and privilege to also confidently and boastfully say I failed. Yeah, that's right, I failed. You see, I lied to you guys. I told you I simply wanted to learn how to draw. What I didn't tell you was that the reason I wanted to learn to draw was so I could create a comic/anime of my own. And I made absolutely zero strides towards that goal. Neither my writing nor art skills are at a personally satisfying level to make my comic. So, well, what am I going to do about that? Glad you asked. Welcome to Patch's 2025 art goals, where we walk you through Patch's 2025 art goals. Yeah, I know, that's repetitive as hell, but I didn't have a good joke for that one. And I know you guys kind of found it funny. Please tell me you found it kind of funny. Okay, so in this video there are 5 goals I'll be working towards. I'll name them in the order I plan to focus on each of these. 1. Anatomy. 2. Perspective. 3. Expressions. 4. Concept art. And 5. Storyboarding. Before we get into this, I'd like to preface this by saying I am well aware that each and every single one of these things I just mentioned are really complicated subjects on their own and take most years to ever fully master them. However, my goal isn't to master them. My goal is to be at a decent enough level to create a one-shot comic by this time next year. I'll touch slightly on each topic, and if you have any advice or corrections you'd like to make, please leave them in the comment section so I can know. With that said, here are my art goals for the next year. I have a love-hate relationship with this topic. I can't even lie and say it's been tough learning anatomy. It's actually been the most fun I've had learning to draw. My only problem with it is I struggle to remember how to draw certain body parts. So yeah, for the next few months, I want to focus on drawing the torso of both men and women effectively. This will be my goal for April, and I'll focus on limbs in May. I'll mix in some facial anatomy as it's not really my strong suit either. I don't think I have to tell you guys why I'm focusing on this part, right? But just in case, here's the reason why. Ah yes, the crucial step for angles in drawings like these. For this, I'll mostly be focusing on drawing shapes in 2, 3 and 5 point perspectives so that eventually I'm able to pull off crazy art camera angles like this for my artworks. The month I'll dedicate to fully learning this is June, and again, I don't believe I'll realistically master perspective in such a short span, but I do believe I can raise myself to a decent standard in that time. A part of me feels like I can mix it in with learning anatomy, but I don't want to end up feeling like I'm doing too much at a time and get overwhelmed. Hey, look at these and tell me what you see. I guess I don't need to be the one telling you that I seriously lack any dynamism in my poses and facial expressions. Because of this, my pieces usually end up feeling stiff and boring. I want to include more flexibility and character to anything I draw, from hyper-violent monster girls to extremely studious and strict anime principles. For this one, I'll be sort of focusing on it every month, with 30 minutes of 2-minute gesture practices for at least 4 days a week every month to simply include different expressions in whatever pieces I'm working on so everything feels natural. Concept art, basically the foundation for any visual telling medium. For this, I'll have to learn a lot about fashion, shape language, color theory, and lighting to get a good grasp on the concept. I feel this will take me roughly the longest to learn as it's pretty intuitive and needs a lot of knowledge. I'll be focusing on values, lighting, and shape language in July. I'll use August for fashion and September, October, and November for color theory. What I mean by this is, I'll be focusing heavily on coloring each and every single one of my pieces from that point on, as well as understanding as much as I can on the subject. This will also be the stage where I hope to find the final designs for characters of the comic. And finally, storyboarding. This is basically the core of the comic. For this, I'll need to study comics, films, and animation to learn how shots, angles, and panel flow enhance the narrative. This is the final stage because it will require everything else to create a clean, smooth flow for readers. For this, I plan to understand why certain comics are paneled the way they are, why movie scenes are shot how they are shot, and why they convey such emotion in order to produce a similar effect. For this, it will take me quite a while to learn and reproduce, so it will be my focus for December, January, February, and hopefully I can focus on an epic one-shot for my comic in March, then maybe release it in April. Well, those are my goals for the next year. At the end of the day, I'm a pretty inconsistent person, as you can all tell from my previous video. I doubt I'll be able to 100% follow this plan, which is why I generalized it without giving overly specific details that I know I would 100% eventually stop following. I will, however, make sure to keep you all updated monthly with community posts so you guys can help keep me accountable. Or at least I hope. If you guys have any tips or advice you'd like to give to me for my journey, please drop them down in the comments. My name is Patch. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, and breathe oxygen, gang. Peace.